Hey guys, I'm Alpha Porter Spot and welcome to week 21 of the Premier League review. If you want to know the series, what we do is take a look at the past 10 Premier League results, we take a look at the Premier League table, and we finish off by looking at the top goal scorers. So here is the past 10 Premier League results. These games were played on Saturday the 30th and Sunday the 31st of December 2017. And for some reason there are only 9 games this time, and I'm not too sure why. And I also know that next week there are 11 games, because for some reason Tottenham and West Ham didn't play this round. And I don't know why. But also next to the games are there times in this video, so if you want to hear about a specific match, just go to the time next to the game and just skip out all the other crap out. Without further ado, let's get into our first match. We start with Chelsea versus Stoke. Chelsea took the lead early on in the match, as only 3 minutes in they took the lead through Antonio Rudiger. It came for a free kick that Willian pinged into the box, and on the end of it rising highest was Rudiger to nod in from close range. And Chelsea doubled their lead in the 10th minute when Danny Drinkwater got his first goal for Chelsea, and what a good goal it was. It came when Pedro's cross is deflected, but only to Drinkwater on the edge of the box. He took a touch before smashing the ball straight into the top corner. And Chelsea got their third in the 23rd minute when Pedro got the goal. Willian again getting the assist as the defenders just keep backing off the Brazilian, and he picked up Pedro with the pass. The Spaniard took a touch around his man and smashed it into the bottom corner. And Chelsea got the perfect chance to wrap the game up when they were given a penalty in the 73rd minute when Willian was fouled in the box by Jeff Cameron. Willian actually stepped up to take it and he rolled the ball into the corner. And Chelsea grabbed their 5th in the 89th minute when David Zappacosta got the goal. Horrible defending by Stoke as Josh Timon's clearance is hit straight at Zappacosta and he hit the ball low into the back of the net. And that was the game ended a very comfortable day for Chelsea, as Stoke never really created apart from one chance in the first half. But other than that, Courtois could have stayed at home. A very big and a very easy win for Chelsea. And we move on to Liverpool versus Leicester. Leicester took the lead in the 3rd minute of the match when Jamie Vardy got another goal against Liverpool. Joel Matip tried to play it out from the back, but it was an awful pass. The ball is played through to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez passed it across goal, and there was Vardy, who tapped into the net. Now, if only Liverpool had a decent centre-back to, really stop. Oh, wait! But Liverpool levelled the game up 5 minutes in the second half when Mo Salah got his 16th Premier League goal of the season. It came when Emre Can gave it to Sadio Mane on the edge of the box, going away from goal. He does well to brilliantly backheel the ball through the defence and into Mo Salah. The chance looks like it's not going to come to anything, as there was 3 defenders around him, but Salah wriggled free and smashed the ball low past Kasper Schmeichel. And Liverpool completed the comeback in the 72nd minute when Mo Salah got his 2nd of the match. It came following another lovely backheel flick, this time from James Milner to the feet of Salah. Salah has his back towards goal and is skin tight with Harry Maguire, but he calmly turned his man to get one on with Schmeichel, and the Egyptian planted the ball into the bottom corner. And that's how the game ended, a very hard-fought victory for Jurgen Klopp's side, as they came from behind for the first time since God knows when to pick up a win. Leicester had loads of chances in the second half, as Liverpool had a 5-minute spell when they couldn't get out of their half and were constantly giving the ball away. But like so many other times this season, Mo Salah rescues the Reds, as Liverpool are now 12 league games unbeaten. And we move on to Watford versus Swansea. Watford took the lead 10 minutes into the match when Andrea Carrillo gave the Hornets the lead. No surprise that Richarlison was at the heart of the goal as he burst into the area. He took a shot that Fabianski saves, but he can only tip it into the path of Carrillo, who headed the loose ball home. But Swansea would level the game up in the 86th minute through Jordan Ayew. Moments after Watford miss a golden chance at the other end, Swansea come forward and punish them. It came when substitute Olivier McBurney headed the ball down and Ayew was onside and tapped home from a few yards out. And Swansea completed the comeback 5 minutes later when Luciano Narsingh grabbed the winner. Another substitute playing a part in a goal as Nathan Dyer hit a shot from 20 yards out. Aurelio Gomez can only parry it, and there to gobble up the rebound was Narsingh to grab a huge win for the team at the bottom. And that's how the game ended, a huge win at the bottom of the table as Swansea pick up a massive result. A great start for Swansea's new boss Carlos Carvajal, who would have wanted to come in and make his presence felt, and he's done that. It was an extremely even game, this one, with both teams having the same amount of shots and same amount of shots on target, but in the end it was Swansea who staged a late comeback and picked up the win. And we move on to Bournemouth versus Everton. Bournemouth were the better side of the first half and they got what they deserved on the half-hour mark when Ryan Fraser gave them the lead. Joshua King put a great cross into the box, and for some reason fullback John Joe Kenny is nowhere to be seen, as Ryan Fraser has all the time in the world to hit a ball on the volley into the back of the net. But Everton levelled it up 10 minutes in the second half when Idrissa Gueye got the goal. Oumar Niasse was on the pitch for about a minute and he grabbed the assist as he flicked the ball on and into the path of Gueye, who slotted it home. But Bournemouth would retake the lead in the 89th minute and Ryan Fraser got his and Bournemouth's second. Yet again, John Joe Kenny is miles out of position as Fraser cut inside of his man, hit the shot that took a little deflection and got us into the back of the net. And that is how the game ended, a big win for Bournemouth, and with this win they moved out of the bottom 3. Everton conceded 2 goals in the game for the first time since November, as Bournemouth handed Big Sam his first loss as Everton boss. And we move on to West Brom versus Arsenal. It was a pretty boring game. Arsenal looked really bad and West Brom looked like well, West Brom. But something did eventually happen in the second half when Arsenal took the lead due to an own goal. It came in the 83rd minute when Arsenal have a free kick that Alexis Sanchez stepped up to take. Sanchez hit the free kick quite low, the ball hit James McClain in the wall, and it went into the back of the net. But West Brom did get the chance to nick a point in the 89th minute when they were awarded a penalty. It came when Kieran Gibbs clipped the ball into the box and the ball hit Callum Chambers' arm, and Mike Dean pointed to the spot. Bit of controversy in this one, as Chambers, oh my god, Mike Dean. Basically cross your arms, and that's where Callum Chambers' arms were. Where could he put his arms from there? That is not an unnatural position. You know, he's jumping, he's trying to keep it away. But actually, instead of crossing your arms, cover your penis or vagina. Cover your penis with your arms and look at where your arms go. Not with your arms, with your hands, sorry. Cover your penis with your hands and look at where your arms go. That is pretty much where Callum Chambers' arms were. That's such a natural position. What was he supposed to do? Not even Kieran Gibbs appealed. Bloody no one did. Dean just wants to make it all about him because he's a massive c***. But Jay Rodriguez stepped up to take it and he smashed his penalty right down the middle. And as the game ended, and if I'm being honest, none of these teams deserved to win because they were both pretty awful. Arsenal will be fuming at Mike Dean because of that awful penalties decision, but they should also be angry about how bad their players performed in this game as well. Both teams came away with a point, and West Brom will probably be the happier of the two. Right, so there was 4 0-0 games this week. 4. So we're just going to rattle through these. And we move on to Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Crystal Palace became the first team to take points off of league leaders Manchester City since Everton on Gameweek 2 when they held the blue side of Manchester to a draw. However, they could have shocked the world when they were given a penalty in the 92nd minute when Raheem Sterling fouled Wilfried Zaha in the box and the ref pointed to the spot. Luka Milivojevic stepped up to take it, but his penalty was saved by Ederson and Man City survived. Manchester City still lead the pack by some distance, but the likes of Chelsea and Man United will see a little glimmer of light in the fact that Man City can indeed drop points. And we want Manchester United versus Southampton. Pretty boring game this one. Both teams had chances to win the game with David De Gea making a world-class save to deny Shane Long a goal. Man United felt like they should have had a penalty when the ball seemed to hit Maya Yoshida on the arm, but the ref didn't give it. But in the end, the game was there for the taking for United, but they couldn't find the net as their winless run extends to 3 games without a win. And we want Huddersfield versus Burnley. Quite disappointing game this one, but Burnley will be frustrated that they weren't given a penalty when Jonas Lossell brought down Jeff Hendrick in the box, and fair play to Huddersfield keeper Lossell for saying in an interview after the game that there was contact. Most people would have just, didn't touch him. The fact that he admitted it won't do much to help Burnley fans, but at least he's being a little bit honest. Burnley, like I said, will be disappointed, but Huddersfield kept a clean sheet for only the 3rd time this season. And finally, we've got Newcastle versus Brighton. This one was boring. Hardly any clear-cut chances for either teams. There were a few decent saves from Brighton keeper Matty Ryan, but other than that, nothing. Brighton will be happier of the two with a point, but Newcastle are without a win at home since October. So that's all the games I've got for you this time. Before we go, let's take a look at the Premier League table and top goal scorers, starting off with the Premier League table. Start with the top 5, and as you can see, Manchester City are top but did drop points after their draw with Crystal Palace. Chelsea are now 2nd after their win over Stoke. Manchester United are now 3rd after their 3rd draw in a row against Southampton. Liverpool are 4th after their narrow win over Leicester, and Arsenal make up the top 5 following their draw with West Brom. Moving on to the bottom 5, and Swansea are still at the bottom, but they did close the gap after their win over Watford. West Brom are 19th after their draw with Arsenal. West Ham make up the relegation zone, but they didn't play, so they have 2 games in the next week. Crystal Palace are 17th after they drew with the league leaders Manchester City, and Newcastle make up the bottom 5 after their draw with Brighton. Moving on to the top goal scorers, and as you can see, Harry Kane is still on the top, but he didn't play this time, so he'll have 2 matches next week to make up for this, so he stays on 18 goals and 1 assist. Mo Salah is 2nd, he grabbed 2 against Leicester, that took him to 17 goals and 5 assists. Raheem Sterling is 3rd on 13 goals and 4 assists. Sergio Aguero is 4th on 12 goals and 4 assists, and Alvaro Morata makes up the top 5 on 10 goals and 4 assists. Right, so that's all I've got for you this time. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll be back on Friday for the next episode of the Premier League review. Yep, one on Friday because there were games last night and there were games tonight, tomorrow and Thursday, so I'll cover all of those on Friday. If you want to follow my personal Twitter, the link is in the description. If you want to follow us on Twitter to stay up to date about when we go live or upload a video, you can. The link is in the description as well, or it's at portionofsport_. If you missed last episode, that'll be popping onto your screen about now, along with a link to the channel so you can subscribe. But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I've been Mark from A Portion of Sport, and I'll see you soon.